Good evening, everyone. Daniel Miller here. It's been a long while. The new streaming season starts tonight, and I'm back. I had a lengthy break. I had a wonderful time, and I have to say, I recovered, recuperated, and oh, look at that. That is very, very unfriendly. Just bear with us, we need to report this person. There we are. My moderator has taken care of this, and indeed we are to hear no more from such individuals. And what a welcome had I received. Never mind, never mind. I had a terrific holiday time, and I obviously got back really fully refreshed and recovered, ready for my new streaming season of Destiny World and all other related niceties. As you know, we enjoyed holidays, but the gaming industry was very, very busy. I had no gaming broadcasts or bulletins during the last few weeks, and indeed I'll catch up with that during the next week. You'll get to know about everything that's been happening, and of course you've heard of the announcements related to PS5 and most importantly to the new Xbox One consoles, one of which is going to be fully digital with non-physical drives included. Evidently, they also reported that such machines will be costing a lot less, so everyone who wants to have a new Xbox One and stream the games directly from the server is going to have a true and terrific ball once the engine would have come out, and I believe that is going to be sometime this year. So that's one of the biggest news. The other is that Destiny 3 is in the making, and indeed we've heard the rumour that it might be released at the end of this year, perhaps early next year, we'll see. Doesn't matter whether it comes out in December, January, we are eagerly anticipating it. For all of our Destiny fans, I have a question. Have you engaged with the Christmas season? Have you collected all the goodies? Have you been playing all the missions? Have you subscribed to the season pass and enjoyed everything that Bungie had to offer in the last 4 weeks? If so, send us a tweet, send us a message, tell us about it, or indeed film a clip, send it to us. We'll post it to our Instagram, and everyone will be able to enjoy all of your niceties. Right, so without further ado, it's the time to engage with our hunter human male played by DRBMiller. So let's crack on. Not played Destiny now for a few weeks. I'm rather excited to get back into full swing of things. And as you know, I have to practice a bit because once you don't play for a few weeks, you get a bit rusty. And I totally forgot how far actually we got last time we played a game. So, but I do remember we were doing a few of those Christmas niceties as well. So let's have a look at the state of play as it stands today. We are being invited to... Right, we've got Save the Crisis Heroic, that's a possibility. We have Weekly Story Playlist. I think I'm a bit short of light points if I recall correctly, but we are going to have a look at that as well. All Russia on Earth is cooling, and it looks like we need to go back to the Iron Temple. So without further ado, we are going back to the base. What did you do for Christmas? How did you celebrate your new year? Did you enjoy the fireworks? What a staggering display of fireworks in London! Have you watched on Sky News? Were you there on the riverbank? If you were, send us a message or a tweet and let us know whether you enjoyed it, how you found it all. Did you have a good time? Or did you simply resort to playing Destiny instead during that fateful hour? Well, if so, let us know. Well, that's quite nice. It's rhyming. If this is so, let us know. I'm just beginning to admire everything. But you know, my dear friends, I played lots of games during that period, and all of them were on PlayStation Now. So we are going to have a big recap in the days to come. I'll tell you all about it, and I have to say that both Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Now services are massively improved by the hour. We are getting many more new games. We are enjoying all the niceties from the older consoles, and also what's staggering is we simply can, you know, play the game wherever we are, whenever we are. And unfortunately, unless the game is accessible for downloads, then we cannot stream them on Twitch. But quite a few games are. So I played a wonderful Quantic Dream game called Beyond Two Souls. And for anyone who loves Detroit, Becoming Human, Fahrenheit, or indeed Heavy Rain, you'd be familiar with Beyond. Just a wonderful game on our beloved Destiny world. So we got back to the base. Time to really crack on and have a look at whatever needs to be done here.
I am authorized to transmit and receive bounties from the tower.
There we are, Tyra is here. Does she have anything
Lord
for
Guardian,
us?
You have returned.
Indeed, madam, I have. I don't have that much money. I wonder what I've done. Looks like we are really low on money. Maybe a good idea to really engage with some of the patrols and then carry on with our quests. We'll have to see, but you know.
Thank you.
We will do everything we can. Lord Saladin's here.
For the young wolf today?
Nothing, sire. I am proceeding with our missions and destroying the enemy. So Shiro wants to talk to us. Hello,
but there's
sir.
a new fire burning in him.
Let's see what he has in stock for us.
The Splicer threat is escalating quickly. You up for another fight, Guardian?
Absolutely, sir. I will proceed with the mission. Wrath of the Machine. Find and destroy the Devil Splicers, leading the Fallen War in the Plaguelands. The Splicer threat is escalating quickly. You up for another fight, Guardian? Indeed, sir, I am. Accepting the mission.
Apparently, the disgraced machine priest, Axis, has proclaimed himself the Devil's newest archon. He believes Siva is the path towards godhood. And he might be right. Find the Splicer's den, Guardian. Kill Axis.
I will do, sir. Kovic Sin. Complete a Bad Blood mission in the Plaguelands on Earth. I am not normally one to suggest we step between Fallen and Hive when they're at each other's throats, but now may be the time, says Shiro 4. And I'm accepting the quest.
Let me know how it goes.
Oh, we got more patrols as well. This corrupted land. Complete patrols in the Plaguelands. Hit the Plaguelands, push back our enemies, and control the spread of Siva. Accepting this one
We still got a lot to learn about the Plaguelands. Get back out there.
Well, full and defeated indeed. We'll take that one.
Tell him I said hi.
Archon Forge victories.
Be brave out there.
Yes. We got one already. Wait a minute. I can only got 2 of those. Servitors, alright.
You've got this. But stay focused.
See, weapon parts, glimmer.
This
Heavy
will help,
ammunition
if you let it.
synthesis.
Great choice.
You see, these Siva key fragments can be very, very useful. Got that Siva cache key, right? Used to upgrade Rather Machine Raid Gear. 10 of these can also be consumed to create a Siva cache key, which opens Siva caches in the Rather Machine Raid. Rather Machine Raid I need to do with a team of 6. And we are to really do that at some stage, but not
Go
tonight, I
carefully,
don't
Hunter.
think. So we've got all of this done. We need to see what is there for us in our inventory. So as usual, we've been sorted out already. So 342 is not too bad. Because, you know, we need to get to the magic number 400, and we are not there yet. 58 to go. Intellect, discipline, we need to have a bit more intellect by the looks of it. Discipline is for the grenades, intellect is for our golden gun. And as you know, I love my golden gun. It really works beautifully. Destroys the enemy and destroys the bosses too in many of those difficult sequences. So there you go. And strength. My strength is rich to my throwing knife. So T1 cooldown is 104. Nice, so we need to increase that as well. Everything needs to be increased at the end of the day. Rin's hand cannon, 340 attack. Oh yeah, so that's fine. We are all squared away with our kit. We need to do what? I almost forgot what the tasks were. The corrupted land. Plague Lander patrols. There's plenty of patrols. Wrath of the Machine is a raid. Wait a minute. Okay, artifacts of the Iron Lords. We need to perform some noble deeds, and as we are going to the Plague Lands, we'll keep this obviously ticked off. Kovic Sin is our Bad Blood mission, and we are going to beg that as well. We have plenty of those. Look at that. Take back the Plague Lands. Right. So we have about 4 different missions pegged. I mean, 4 different quests pegged to the mission, so that should be really pretty enjoyable. And I don't think we should really wait for too long, but simply crack on. So, right, I'm getting up and I'm ready for some serious action, so let's just have a look and then proceed. We have to go back to orbit. So our main mission is going to be Bad Blood. There we are, back in the orbit. Feels so good to be back in my ship. Feels so good to be back to our beloved Destiny world. And all these new missions await for us. Bad Blood is Wonder first. Alright, so the one we need to do is here. Bad Blood is happening in the old Russia. So we are to proceed to our destination. The destination is over there, the Cosmodrome, old Russia. So without further ado, we are going to crack on. Okay, got plenty of light. The difficulty level is going to be normal. There we are. Off we go. Very good times ahead of us. Is everyone ready? I certainly hope so.
Something's got the Hive more riled than usual down in the Plaguelands, and we can't afford another front in this fight. The fallen Splicers are trouble enough. So, get down there, Guardian. If the Splicers are stirring up the Hive, we need to know how and why. And you need to put a stop to it.
Indeed, sir. I will put them all down. None of them will flee. Fear God, honor the King. Victory is ahead.
The Hive are hitting the Splicers near the beach tanker. Head that way and find out why they're at each other's throats.
Understood, sir. Proceeding with caution will destroy the enemy. Over and out. I feel a bit rusty, have to admit, after not doing anything for a month or so. I think a month, it was a few weeks in fact. This hand cannon's awesome. Practice a bit. Oh no. I said I'm a bit rusty. So there you go. Have to be a bit more careful, right? Okay.
It's possible we're walking into a territorial dispute, but something's telling me there's more to it than that.
Agreed. The Hive can be defensive, but what I'm tracking seems like a full-on assault. The chatter's aggressive, angry. This isn't just a show of force. The Hive are after something.
The Hive are after something. And we need to find out what. Come on. So far, so quiet, I have to say. I guess people are really engaging with the Destiny 2 season in view of what's been happening of late. I'm really looking forward to hear from some of our good friends here. What is ahead of us is the question. Giant's husk. What is this?
I was expecting hostilities, but this is... they're at war.
Take out as many as you want. But my advice? Find the splicer leading this fight. And put him down.
What's that? The captain dropped something.
I'm not doing too well. Got to say, I'm a bit rusty, you can tell. But, you know, we'll smart enough as we go along, for sure. Who's firing? Ah, that was miscued. Oh, there we are. This is what we want.
It's a coded relay from the Splicer's High Priest. There's references to the Hive here. The Splicer's High Priest is either keeping something from the Hive or has taken something from them.
Search the overpass. See what else you can find.
Understood, sir. We are going to search the overpass. And we are going to find plenty of good in there. In fact, I want to change that for my sniper. 336. Sniper rifle. Infuse. I can't infuse. That is indeed annoying, because I wanted to do that immediately. Let's see, increase strength, increase intellect. Okay, intellect will keep. Because we want... So let's quickly have a look at that. Did say what we wanted to have. Better already. Well, that's awesome. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just changing some of my settings in order to get the quickest recharge on my super, because I noticed that my super was recharging perhaps not as fast as I wanted. Okay, so we'll keep these, I think, as they are. Fine. Go back to our cannon. This way, my friend, this way. Right flank. Ooh, what's that? Hang on. See, so I need to go up there.
Whatever the splicers have locked up here, the Hive are hungry for it. Let's crack open some crates, see what their High Priest is hiding.
I think that item in the underpass is still to be discovered. Quite frankly, I'm not sure how to get there. Jumping skills are not particularly awesome. So, oh, there's something there. Wait a minute.
Nothing. Let's keep looking. We're not done. Keep checking crates.
Keep checking crates. Oh, look at that. Well, that's really close, right? Alright. Getting quite, you know. Honestly, I must have been asleep or thinking of Marilyn Monroe or something like that. Why on earth was I jumping in that hole? It just astonishing. I had not died. Stupidity, hello. Just wasted the whole thing. Look at this now. To go all the way up. I don't believe my stupidity. It's just... infuriating this is. How do I get there now? So there's something here. Question is what and where? Hiding something, they're shipping containers, right? This is peculiar because obviously it just looked like something was out there, but then again nothing. Oh, that's possibly it. Door. No? Oh, then. is turning out to be a bit more complex than anticipated. But you know what? We'll find out really what's hiding in those containers. Take a bit of time, a bit of patience, a bit of resilience. I just cannot believe I jumped in that dreadful hole and I just ruined the whole thing. Well, as you well know, in Destiny, any form of lapse of concentration leads to degradation. And that's exactly what happened to me. Hopefully I'll find my way up as well. Anything up here? Nothing at all. Oh, there. All these enemies out there. Too far. Those guys are too far and I'm not able to hit them properly. Maybe now, let's see. Yep. This is a better position. Fusion rifle eliminated. Yep, this one is out as well. But it looks like I will have to go up there. So annoying that I jumped in a hole and then ruined everything. Isn't it just? What I want to see is where all of my friends are. I'm all alone here all night. What are you guys doing? Tell me. I want to know. No, this is again not the way up. Yeah, finally I got to this. I just have to watch out for this deep hole. Forgot about it early on and just went backwards. We've been here before. Alright, so we really have to be very careful. You know what? I want to have a drink. I think I need to make another drink, so just bear with us a second until that is all done and dusted. Just looked it up, and there's hardly anyone out there. A very, very quiet night. Never mind, it's only my first stream in this season, new season I have to say, starting from today. And as you know, I stream in seasons, so this one is going to be for the next 3 months. The last one was also taking us through probably about 3 months. No bullets for my sniper. Well, that is really not particularly rewarding. When you want to be destroying... you see this hole? I've gone down there. Well, I'm not going to go down there today. I mean, right now. So, look at this. They think they're smart, but I think I'll outsmart them. No! This was the wrong thing to do. My tea's cooking in there. And I want to have that tea. So just bear with us, I'll be back in a second. There we are. Let's see what's going on. Survived. Only just. No? No, it's not. This was not the right way in.
Something's wrong here.
I guess we need to find another container. This is definitely not good. My husk. Unfortunately, nothing more than just one husk. Oh, a bit disappointing though. Yeah, we got another one. Any more clues down here? Any more husks? We want all of those. Annoying.
This isn't good.
Nearly got away. all these animals in those containers, so I better watch out, right? Back again. Let's see, maybe I have a bit more powerful weapon.
This isn't good.
What on earth was I doing? What's in here? Nothing of significance, really. Tricky. Just have to remember not to fall into that abyss in there. Well, the enemies are right there at the bottom. That was pretty good. I even surprised myself. Hives. Right, I better switch on. I'm half asleep. And I shouldn't be. This is just my first session after a lengthy break. What am I doing? Yeah, right.
This isn't good.
Going on in here? Where are all these enemies coming from? I guess from those containers, right? Yet again I got killed. Shouldn't have been. It's just lack of concentration, right?
This isn't good.
Boo. Totally. Boo-hoo. Anyway, we get them at the end. I'm not as fast as I should be. The reason for that is I need to go back. To get in the swing of things, right? And I am 20 minutes does not seem to be long enough. But you know what? It definitely will be.
This isn't good.
Okay, we got it all. Yet again. Ah, no, not again.
This isn't good.
Oh, I don't believe... Look at that. This is just unfair. This is just unfair. That's too bad. 20 of those. What container were they coming from? Oh. Change my weapon.
This isn't good.
Good either. Turning out to be a difficult mission, right? Didn't expect that, I have to admit. Go back to the answering cord then.
This isn't good. The Splicer's High Priest is... He's corralling Thrall, collecting them.
No wonder the Hive are on the warpath. Any chance this isn't related to the Splicer's experiments with Siva?
Slim to none. There were heavy Siva readings all over the hive they had created, along with an odd heat signature.
Finally, I was able to complete this. I thought I was going to fight it all night. I can keep.
I don't think the Splicers are simply displacing the Thrall.
The Splicer's role within a fallen house is equivalent to a mad scientist.
Or Warlock.
Sure. Just didn't want to be the one who said it. Point is, they're the Fallen's big brains. We've seen what they can do with limited knowledge of Siva. They've basically force-fed their own evolution. So...
What if they're attempting the same with the Hive?
they could control them. Or worse.
Hello, Punishment 145. How are you doing? Thank you for coming to my Destiny 1 broadcast, also for being part of our community. You're asking me, do you have Destiny 2? Indeed, I have Destiny 2, and I stream it as well, but not tonight. Tonight we are doing Destiny 1. Are you also playing Destiny 2 Forsaken, and are you also in possession of the Season Pass, and then enjoying all the niceties coming out of the season at the moment? Quite a lot of activity on Destiny 2 during the last 4 weeks. With all the new weapons and new missions and new raids. It's been really a very, very exciting time for everyone playing Destiny 2 Forsaken. Punishment 145 says, yes, I have Forsaken. Are you enjoying it? Are you also having the annual season pass, giving you the access to everything? Lots of my veteran friends are enjoying the season. They told me that there was some very, very difficult missions in there and I had to grind them for quite a while. I think one of them came out in the last couple of days, last 48 hours, and Bungie were tweaking the difficulty level. Oh, you're not enjoying it? Well, I mean, you don't have the Season Pass. Yeah, the Season Pass is very, very good. Gives you access to all the niceties which are coming out. And they've sort of selected that on a quarterly basis, so every 3 months there's a season, and you get all kinds of things, includes for Black Armory and different weapons. There's some new missions allocated, and the idea is that with the Season Pass, Destiny 2 will just last forever. Well, at least that's theoretically so, but so far so good, I think, from what I've heard. Not played anything on the Season Pass yet because I have a lot more to do with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. But, it has received a very, very good reception, so definitely worth keeping in mind if you're considering investment. Punishment tells me the only new raid I have is Last Wish. Yeah, I've not played any any raids on Destiny 2, and indeed I will be doing that in a little while. I've had a break during the Christmas and New Year, and my 3-monthly sort of quarterly season ended halfway through December. I had a few sessions since, but today is my comeback. So this is my baby session of the new season. It's my new season, not the Bungie's new season. So there you go. Thanks very much for joining. And indeed, if you are also a veteran of Destiny, and if you want to talk to other veterans, then just follow my channel here on Twitch and add me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll be able to, basically team up with lots of different guys. And this channel has been very, very busy with Destiny 1, and all the Destiny veterans were coming here during last quarter, really exchanging views and giving tips and hooking up with other guys on different platforms, playing raids and strikes, and indeed loving the Destiny world. So the way forward is just follow, come in on regular basis, and you'll be able to get to know people like Tackle Inquisition and all the other Destiny veterans that come here on literally everyday basis. Right, so what do I need to do now? Alright, so I need to go towards Ark and Keep. That seems to be the next thing. I've seen lots of people watching Destiny 1 tonight. When I started my stream, there were about 1,000 people watching, which was way above the usual. And I think thanks to Destiny 2 Forsaken, lots of people are rediscovering, or indeed discovering Destiny 1. So that's been very good for everyone. There we go. I can keep this down there.
There are Siva readings pinging all over this region. I'll try to match them against the specific heat signature we found.
I'm not dying here. Come on, get out. That's just a bit silly, but my Sparrow didn't really serve me too well down here, I have to admit. Look at that.
This is definitely the place.
Get out of here. The fusion rifle's killing me. Some of those fusion rifles, are very, very powerful. Look at that. What is going on? Better hide. Another fusion rifle will actually serve me well. Punishment tells me I love Cade's weapon because I have Forsaken now. I have Ace of Spades, which if you got no Ace of Spades is because of a hand cannon. Cade. Yep. That's right, I've heard about the weapon. It's very, very powerful and, you know, very useful. So where's that servitor? Hiding.
We need a closer look at what's in that cave.
To go to that cave. Yeah, that's right. I love Cade as well, and his weapons. And as you could see at the moment, I'm playing my new Hunter character, and he's obviously utilizing some of those weapons. Really, really good stuff. I actually much prefer Hunter to Warlock. I have Warlock as well, and I've almost reached 400 light with my Warlock. But I like the speed and the kinds of weapons that Hunter uses. The hand cannons are particularly useful, particularly if, you know, fully powered up. So that's been my preference generally. I don't know actually that's the one keeping the automatic. Well, I know why, because in the earlier part of this quest there were lots of hives attacking me, so I kept this one, but otherwise Rinse is doing the job rather well. Let's have a look what lies ahead. Look at that. Well, wasn't that beautiful? You just love enemies when they explode. Not in your face, though. So there is something in here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay.
This is worst case scenario. The Splicers aren't in a territorial war with the Hive. They're experimenting on them.
And if the Splicers' High Priest is going to these lengths, he's either gone crazy with power, or he's taking orders from someone who has.
Like an Archon?
Or a Prime. Either's bad news. But for now, we've got a clear-cut problem. We need to find this High Priest and put an end to his atrocities.
So we need to complete that strike as given, and we are going to do this next. Punishment tells me in Destiny 2 I prefer Warlock, but in the first Destiny I preferred Hunter. I guess it depends on how many times you play the game, and I think it depends on the strategy you deploy. I generally find, just bear with me, I want to take some snapshots of this. Kills 358, precision kills 70, deaths 9. It's quite a few deaths. Never mind, I got lots of kills as well, so that was pretty good. Advancements. Yeah, I got some advancements as well. Back in the orbit, I think. Yeah, coming back to Punishment, he said that he preferred Warlock in Destiny 2. But he preferred Hunter in Destiny 1. Yeah, I mean, depends on the strategy, depends on, you know, how you want to take it. I find Warlock to be excellent as well, but it's the diversity, and if you replay the game a few times with different characters, you get different flavour, and then you can choose your own preference. I think lots of veterans said they prefer Titan, incidentally. I've not played Titan character at all as yet. But this is to follow. I mean, Destiny is a kind of game you can play for many months and years. In fact, lots of our community members, the Destiny veterans, have been with this game literally since its beta test. which would have been almost 5 years ago now. So, you know, well experienced and loving it every day. And I quite like the direction Bungie is taking with the seasons and with the annual pass. I think it's definitely going to be making Destiny community, you know, loving it more, and indeed we'll have many more people coming in. There will be an exponential growth for certain, and also in view of the fact that a couple of days ago Destiny had divorced from Activision, and a lot of people had blamed Activision for the lack of content earlier on Destiny 2. Forsaken obviously had taken off, and the recent seasons had improved the game, but you know, there have been some concerns about Activision, and it is going to be quite interesting to see how everything is to progress literally from this moment on. The news were announced over the weekend, so literally, well, during the last couple of days, I'm a bit sort of lost in space at the moment. I've travelled for a few days, so my head's not quite right just yet. Yeah, but coming back to the news, Activision and Destiny are no longer the same item, and Bungie are going to be doing this independently again, similar to what we had on Destiny 1. So obviously a lot to look forward to. Because a lot of people said that Activision were quite interested on FPS elements, whilst Bungie were quite hot on the story elements as well. But you know, it's hard to tell. I thought that the story elements were enhanced in the first section of Destiny 2 as well, but lots of people disliked it. Lots of people felt that it was very far compared to the Destiny 1. I guess it depends when you played it, and depends on what characters you engaged with. You know, it's all down to the style and strategy. And I think also it's very important whether you play by yourself or you play as, you know, as a part of a fire team where you have 3 people with you at all times. It's tremendously different. The entire experience of the game is on a different level. And if you go back to some of my December and September, November streams, you'll see that we had lots of strikes completed with a fire team of 3, and the enjoyment of the game and the community interactivity is just on a completely different level. So I think it's all down to the strategy and, you know, the way any of the games will take it, really. I love it all, really. I like story missions sometimes when played just by myself, and if the difficulty level becomes, you know, a bit arduous, then obviously I invite people in, and I'm never short of volunteers. There are always lots of people coming in, and sometimes you have people in queuing up to come in and kill some of the enemies, and then the community gets really very, very busy. People, you know, throw in comments and talk about different strategies and different ways of attacking the enemy, or indeed playing certain missions or certain strikes as it goes. Right, so let's have a look what lies ahead. We have what was it? I think it's here. The Wretched Eye, level 38 strike. That is the one we've been told to complete. The Wretched Eye strike, and we need to destroy that wicked priest causing us all the problems. I think what we are going to do is we'll increase the level of difficulty to light, and therefore we'll get maybe some goodies at the end. There we are. And we are going to be having some friends coming in as well. It looks like a difficult strike, so let's see if anyone's going to join us. If not, we may need to go back and then reduce the difficulty level, because otherwise it's going to be very, very difficult to finish. Ooh, I realised I've not done something here as it should.
The Splicer's High Priest has crews pushing further underground in the Plague Lands. Looks like a large-scale mobilization against a hive nest.
An army of Hive controlled by the Splicers would be the end of old Russia.
Could be the end of everything. The Devils are evolving. Neutralize them before this goes any further, Guardian. A lot more where that came from if the High Priest isn't removed from the field.
Oh, this is all crazy. Yeah, I was a bit ill-prepared for this, I have to admit. I'm not going to last very long in here by the looks of it. Leave it on myself. Punishment tells me on 320 power level is a bit hard. Yeah, I kind of figured it is indeed very hard. But I haven't got adequate weapons or anything at the moment, so that looks a bit. So I need to hide. And then change quickly. Come on. Change my kit because this rocket launcher. Right. Okay. Hello Daredevil Gaming, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. As you can see, my new season of streams has restarted. In fact, this is the first stream I've had in the new season. Hello there, Devil Gaming. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming back and joining our stream. He killed me so fast. I didn't even have a chance to look at him. Look at this. punishment tells me that
What
the
a
boss
mess.
has...
The High Priest
One
wasn't
moment.
looking to build a hive slave army. He was just removing their body parts to be joined with Siva.
Bioengineering's become the Splicer's main MO. We're lucky to have dropped their High Priest before he could perfect any of this madness, but it's gotta make you wonder. What other perversions are they planning?
Okay, I got Anathema Cannon mark. Sorry, I wasn't able to respond to the messages and questions coming in. I apologize to my community members for that. Because really what happened was I was being brought into the very final section of the strike, probably because no other people were doing it. So I was literally stranded, and this was no fun at all. And it did take me... yes, you could see one of the guys at 235 kills, so he played the whole mission. The whole strike, I mean. Never mind. And we got through it, and I got some goodies at the end, which is pretty good. I don't like it when the game just brings me in, and literally towards the end of the strike, because it makes a big difference in terms of your adjustment and your team members, if there are there. And the punishment tells me it looks the boss has aimbot. Yeah, that's right. It looked to me like the strike was very heavily modded, and it was literally bang on every time the boss was hitting me, that priest, and it was like, one shot, one kill, so to speak. So we couldn't really resist it much. And also initially when I got in, I was inadequately equipped with weapons. The best weapon on the boss is very high-powered hand cannon, and then some rocket launchers, and also obviously he needs to be hit from very close range. I played that mission quite a few times previously, but this time was just literally not particularly good. Anyway, we got through it, it's completed, and I got some goodies at the end, which is what really counts at the end. So what else do we need to do? Let's see. We need to go back to our temple, and I think I probably need to talk to Shiro. He was giving me these missions, and then we'll see what we do next. Oh, looking good. I have to say I'm not tired, but it's just don't really gel too well tonight for some reason with the game. It probably will take me a few missions really to get on with it properly. Can't tell you as to why that is. I could see that previously I was sustaining a few deaths unnecessarily, and I fell into that abyss. I was a bit careless, and also my speed was not up to scratch. But with this strike that we completed, I was literally brought into the deep end right at the beginning, and I didn't anticipate that. I was just taking part at the very, very last section of it. But never mind. We completed. We got the goodies, and as you know, these strikes are sometimes very repetitive. They keep coming, and there's always a chance to retake it at some other time and do a bit better. We are going to go back to the Iron Temple, our base, and I think we need to speak to a few of our friends there. I could see that Shiro wants to speak to me. He's there waiting for me to come in. Before I do that, just want to see whether... Oh yeah, okay. There we are.
Before we do it. The Splicer's High Priest is dead, but I'm getting reports that his machine priests are looking to continue his work. We've still got a lot of fight left, Guardian.
Kovic Sin, another nightmare put to rest, but it will not be the last. Indeed, sir, it will not be the last, but it isn't the first either. And we are defeating the enemy, so our victory is closer to us than ever before.
You do it better.
Alright, new quest. Defeat Sepix, perfected in the hard-mode Devil's Slayer, strike on Earth. None are perfect. I've tracked the newly resurrected Sepix back to his home turf in the Devil's Lair. So we need to go to the Devil's Lair and then complete the strike. So this is completing. The question is whether I am powered enough to do that. I don't think I am. Punishment says I've gone on the mountain before, that's there. Yeah. Well, it just happened to be that I was being brought in like that. You know, the game sometimes does all these funny things, and particularly when you are doing strikes, if other Guardians are already doing it, because not many people are doing Destiny 1 at the moment, so it does happen sometimes that if you're looking for other teammates, then the game just brings in to the point which they reached, and in this instance they reached the very end, and therefore I was there together with them, literally at the last minute, and it looked to me like they were fighting it for quite a while, because they we didn't have any happies coming in, or you know, the shanks, and there weren't many other foot soldiers present there either, so it would tell me that they were all defeated early on by the time I joined in. Alright, so let's see. None are perfect except in the quest. So this is new step, none are perfect. Devil's Lair, strike on Earth. Alright, so let me have a look at what I've got. Let's see whether none are perfect, we'll tag that. Alright, I've got some achievements in here. Not many though. Primary precision, 30 precision kills using a primary weapon. So I'm getting some reputation, so that's pretty good. Then another one is defeat 50 hive. Strange coin, and I'm getting some reputation as well, so that is all good. But now we are going to be proceeding with None Are Perfect as quickly as... Oh, we have another enhancement in there. Rocket launcher as well, so that's good. Smart drift control, look put on. No, we actually want aggressive launch with greater blast radius. That's always much better. And then we have also now sniper some enhancements. Unflinching, yep, they got the better sight, and then still we could have perfect balance. Unflinching gives us much greater control over recoil, so we can literally aim more precisely with it, so that's excellent. And there are some engrams here. I almost forgot about those. What is this? Very good artifact, so I've not used this one, Palace Ring, before. The Queen of the Reef commissioned these rings for each of the surviving of the Siege of Pallas. So arc melees will have a chance to generate an orb when killing a minion of the darkness. Discipline 28 to 67, Strength 29 to 68. But I think at the moment I'll keep my yeah, just quickly have a look at that. Punishment tells, in my opinion, it's not particularly good that you have to earn the upgrades for weapons. Yeah, it's one of those things in Destiny, and it does take a bit of time for a new player to learn how to do that. Thanks to my great friends, community members, the Destiny veterans, I was able to learn rapidly. They told me exactly what to do. But you know, sometimes when you want to infuse the weapon, you miss some of the bits, and therefore you have to redo certain missions. It does take a bit of time, you know. But I guess that makes it a bit more enjoyable. I think it would be perhaps pedestrian if everything was just provided on a plate. depending on what the player likes, you know. Some people like it to be very difficult, others like to be combining different bits in order to infuse weapons and, you know, get more power. Some people prefer Elder Scrolls, when you can sort of cook your own stuff and, you know, produce your own weaponry and all that sort of thing. So just down to the preference. And armors and artifacts, yeah, Punishment says. It is one of those difficulties, really, with the game. I mean, I know some people who are quite keen on FPS and they love, you know, shooting the enemy, but they're not that keen on the craft or the skills section. I think a lot of people also sometimes don't understand the difference between the intellect, discipline, and strength. In fact, I was one of those people myself, up to a point where one of the veterans told me, well, hey, do you know that if you are increasing intellect, you are going to be reducing the cooldown on your golden gun, and therefore you'll be able to use it quicker. And also, if you are increasing discipline, then you'll be able to use your grenades quicker. And I had no idea up to that point that this is exactly the skill that, well, not skill, it's exactly what I would be getting if I acquired a greater number of intellect or discipline points. So, you know, the joys of destiny at the end of the day. Right, so I wanted to see something in here. So this is for, alright, Anathema Cannon Mark is for Titans, and I'm not a Titan, I'm a Warlock. 327, 338. Okay. So let's see whether we can infuse. No, we can't. Just like my friend Punishment said, we cannot do that at the moment because we are we're lacking some bits in order to do that. Let's see what I've got here. 341, 340, 340, 331. Right, I really don't need some of those. And let's see whether we can infuse this one with points. We cannot because we don't have many enough legendary marks. Surprise, surprise. Right, let's go and do some decoding. With our engrams, we'll go to Tyra Banks here, and she is going to be able to provide us with that service, as always.
Lord Guardian, you have returned.
Indeed, madam, I have. I had defeated that dreadful priest. It was a very, very difficult mission, but we are proceeding, and the victory is nearer than ever.
From the Cryptarchs, for your efforts.
Might of Light. And we have, what's that? Sina Lamprey. Okay, another engram there as
well. You are holding history now.
Thank you for your kind words, madam. I certainly hope so.
We're grateful for the help.
With pleasure, madam. I shall be back after another battle. Just have a look at what we acquired. So this is 380, 321, 324. These are just really not very useful for us at this stage. We can just get some armor materials for them. And what's this? 338, 341, 331, 340, 327, 338. So what did I do? Yeah, fine. I just realized that's why I was, I was so weak in there. In fact, I've used this rocket launcher, but this rocket launcher, should I use Saurus? Should I use Saurus? All right, no mind. Therefore, I was a bit more Wonderful. I was a bit more vulnerable. Brain gets shriveled after you play Destiny. Now I could see as to why my weaponry was not effective enough. It was an error of judgment. I wanted to use the legendary weapon, forgetting that it had only 160 attack points, whilst the Saras indeed is a lot more powerful with 330. So, you know. Never mind. Let's just carry on. We need to be completing another mission.
It falls to the Guardians now.
And it is another strike, I think, that we are to do. With our friend. Yes.
Non-secure channels locked down. Received. See
Okay,
you
we'll
tomorrow.
talk to our postmaster
Checking Guardian.
to see with the bounty hunters as well. Bounty tracker, I should say.
Please select mission. Confirming. Inventory updated. Exchange complete.
See what we have here with our bounties. Alright, so some of those are doing well. Okay.
Do you have bounties to return, Guardian?
So we are going to do the strike as requested, and it is going to be another strike on Earth. Before I get in, I'll have to look at all the niceties that the gods given me. So our weapon of choice is Rinse. We have sniper rifle equipped. This weapon is up there as well. Okay, we don't really need that one. Okay, so all of that is in order, and we'll go back to Earth, and that's the Devil's Lair. Level 8 strike. We need to complete it on the hard level. But actually, we're not getting it because I think we don't have enough light. Nevertheless, we'll do it. So. Sepix Perfected is the next mission. It is a strike. And let's see whether anybody else is going to join us. And I want to see how many people are watching Destiny tonight. So let me quickly have a look at that. Well, you see, somebody else was streaming earlier tonight, and there were about 1,000 people watching.
The House of Devils marked you as public enemy #1 after you trashed their Prime servitor, but your old friend Sepix Prime is back. And apparently better than ever, thanks to the Devil Splicers and Siva. Zavala's not too happy about the idea of the Splicers playing Godmaker, and I can't blame him.
So what you're saying is it's time we return to the scene of the crime. I'm sure the Fallen will be happy to see us.
Indeed, we are going back to the scene of the crime.
The new and improved Sepix is holed up in the Devil's Lair. You know what to do.
Indeed, sir, I know what to do. We'll proceed with caution and we'll destroy the enemy. Priest is a bit difficult. Got him with that headshot. That's pretty good. Apologise, I wasn't able to respond to the messages coming in. Punishment tells me I know a glitch spot and the boss where you are, you can go into a wall and not get killed in it. Fantastic. Oh, there's somebody else. Alright. Got the priest. That's pretty good. Oh, I was just gonna get him, but there you go. He's watching your back, sir. well, that's pretty good. We got him. Glitch. Ah, that was ridiculous. Thank you. Punishment says the chest is a troll. I see. Therefore I couldn't open it. Well, thank you for that, Toto. Thought there might be some loot in there, but there you go. You never know what you're going to find in this Destiny world, do you? Oh, he killed me again. That's just too bad.
The Hive are still holding ground in the refinery, but I'm also tracking multiple SIVA energy signatures.
So as you can see, we are progressing down the layer.
Well, that's new.
Oh, God. Ah. This was ridiculous. Just my own stupidity, really. You could tell I've not played the game for a little while. You kind of become a bit relaxed, you know?
Well, that's new.
Please give exp. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for coming to my broadcast, also for watching, also for being a part of our community. Well, thank you. He says, could you help me to do a quest, or anyone? I need a fire team. Yeah, sure. I can, you know, you can probably invite me and I can join you, but I need to finish this strike first. I can't actually leave the strike halfway through. And if anybody else wants to help, please give exp or experience points. Please do communicate to him through chat or just add him and come in. Any volunteers, anybody wants to help him out? I have to finish the strike first and then I'll be able to assist. So just bear with us, I'm in the middle of it. This is the rocket launcher. And I don't have any rockets. Please give says, thank you, I can wait. Just keep posting in here from, you know, every 10 minutes or so. Lots of veterans and Destiny, you know, fans and gamers come in at all times, and I'm sure somebody is going to be quite happy to join in and help you with the quest. What quest is it? May I ask? Are you playing Warlock or Hunter? Whereabout are you in the game? I need to eliminate this monster from another angle. Please give says, I'm on Taken War quest. I need to be on a fire team to summon champions and playing Warlock. Okay. Listen up. Everybody else who's watching, do you want to join? Please give. And he's on Taken War quest. And he needs a fire team in order to complete it. Anybody wants to come in? He's playing Warlock. Any Titans or any Hunters up and about? If so, please contact him directly. Didn't get it. Oh, I did eliminate one of them, or did I? Punishment says, I wish I could help, but I don't have Destiny 1 anymore, and also don't have DLC. Anybody else? What you can do is you can also post a message to my Twitter. Just request and tag. You know, put tags, fire team wanted ASAP, or I need a fire team member. Make sure you tag it. Because anybody who's, you know, loving Destiny and playing Destiny at the moment will be able to see it. And then they can come in directly. You're also playing on PlayStation, or are you on Xbox or PC? Okay, somebody else is joining me, and that's obviously to my great relief. This is looking a bit... Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, hello, Captain Jack. How are you coming? Tonight is my first stream of the new season. I've been on a lengthy New Year and Christmas break. Only got back yesterday. And yeah, this is the first stream. The new season is beginning as from today.
I should be able to disable it. In the meantime, do not touch the lasers and watch my back.
Yeah, Captain Jack says long time no see. Yeah, I was not doing many streams during the Christmas and New Year. And, you know, I had a really good break. Yeah, this strike is a bit difficult. Captain Jack says, I owe you some pictures of the Grimer anthology. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that obviously you acquired it eventually. Because it was a bit difficult, I remember. Look at that. I'm so sorry, I'm not able to respond to messages at the moment because it's really quite hairy. I need to really kind of finish it off because there's another team member in here as well. And I'll be able to respond to the messages in a little while.
Halfway through, but we've got major hive reinforcements inbound. Good luck.
Please give says, no worries. Yeah, Captain Jack reminded me of that wonderful book that he was going to be getting, and there was a serious delay due to Christmas post, which was disappointing, and indeed, by the signs of it, the book has arrived, and that's wonderful.
Splicers have a laser grid blocking the way. I should be able to disable it. In the meantime, do not touch the lasers and watch my back.
Kill me again. Captain Jack says, I did get it on Christmas Eve, so it was a nice little Christmas present. Well, it's just so strange it would have taken so long. Because you ordered it well before Christmas, you ordered it in November. Well, so tell me, is the book as nice as it looks on the photographs? Does it have all the niceties as expected?
Halfway through, but we've got major hive reinforcements inbound. Good luck.
Captain Jack says it's really good quality for the money. That's great. During my Christmas holiday, I did see some wonderful PS4 special editions. I've seen Far Cry 5, you know, with figurines and with all other kinds of goods. Really amazing. Oh no, that priest got me. Thank you. You know what, I changed my weapon. Maybe
Clear. Let's get out of here.
there we go. That was clear. See what's out there.
Guardian, I've got reports of hive activity near the Devil's Lair. You seeing anything?
Yeah. We've definitely got hive. And apparently they hold a grudge because they're mad. And I think they're letting the Fallen know it.
What happened? Ooh, got killed so quickly, that's too bad. Thank you, thank you. no, ogre's there. Nearly got me. Captain Jack says, tomb ships hurt. Absolutely, sir, they do hurt. So do these ogres and witches in here. Wasn't able to rescue my teammate, unfortunately. Right, so let's see what we can do from here. Again, I've got the same problem. Dying, and she died as well. So there we are, we got to replay it again.
Guardian, I've got reports of hive activity near the Devil's Lair. You seeing anything?
Yeah. We've definitely got hive. And apparently they hold a grudge because they're mad. And I think they're letting the Fallen know it.
Thank you. So bad. Don't know what killed me in there. Thank you, man. Thank you. Captain Jack says, use your heavy on ogres and wizards. Indeed, sir, but you know what? I'm kind of semi-dazed. I've travelled for 3 days in the trot, and my brain's not adjusted as yet. So, you know, I'm a bit slow.
Why would the Splicers rebuild Sepix? They already have Siva.
I can make a guess. Maybe an offer to the other devils. A show of power. You know, in Siva we trust, and in Siva all things are possible. Get in there, and show them that their god is nothing but metal and tech.
Where did I go?
Sepix perfected, in all his glory.
Punishment says, I sent you a friend request. Thank you, sir. I will accept it once I'm out of the woods here. accept it in a second. There we are. There we are. Punishment, I have accepted your friend request. No worries, my pleasure. No. Thank you. We all got killed. Never mind. We are getting killed. Sterben and me. no, 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 no. Looks like the other team member has gone. So I'm stranded. It's gonna be too difficult to do that all by myself, I think. Just wait until someone else comes in. Well. Punishment's asking me, do you want to know that glitch spot? Yeah, sure, let me know. Where is the glitch spot? Okay, I go up the stairs. Yeah. Trying to jump in, but they didn't seem to work. Maybe, let's see, what other windows have we got in there? Yeah, it looks, it's blocked. You can't actually jump into those windows. Well, I need some better weapons. I don't have any ammunition for my heavies at all. So let's see. Okay. Excuse me. Literally just checking out some of the enhancements. Well, this is going to take a little while, doing it all by myself, so... PLS is asking me what's my username on PS4. DRBMiller. DRB. That's Delta Romeo Bravo Miller. DRBMiller. Too close. I'm not sure whether I managed to get some of that heavy ammunition in there. Thank you, friends. I can see that I'm getting some new friend requests. Thank you so much for that. There we are. Accepted. A couple of friend requests on PS4. Thank you.
Sepix to run this time.
No. The enemy is powerful. Coming at us in many numbers. Sepix is destroyed.
Sepix was the Splicer's next big play. Present a god for all to worship. Then control the flow of ether to control the house.
I guess they didn't factor us into the plan.
Any wrench we can throw in their works is a good thing. And Guardian, you make one hell of a wrench.
There we are, dancing away after destroying Sepix. It did take us a bit of time, but there we are. Let's have a look. What are the scores? Yeah, not too bad. Take a snapshot of that. Mission summary. Well, thank you to Imjuna for coming in. Thank you for everyone who's come in to help. Without your valuable assistance, I would have been stranded for the rest of the night. As you could see, very difficult mission. Sepix mission was played on the normal difficulty level, but this was pretty hard. Many enemies were attacking us at the same time, so fairly difficult to complete. I'm very glad that I have such helpful community members, always willing and prepared to step in, help out, provide advice, and generally communicate with everyone. So thank you, my friends. Well, been streaming for about 4 hours now. I think I'll be bringing my stream to a close very shortly, but I just want to see what else is for me to do. Want to have a look at the quests and see how we've done so far. Quests, none are perfect. Return to Shiro. I need to speak to Shiro, so I can do that, and I can also collect this bounty. I completed it. Fast Striker, killed 30 enemies without taking damage from them. So I'm going up the ladder with my reputation. As you could see, I got the reputation of Future War Cult. And we have Vanguard reputation on 5, Cryptarchaeology 4. It's looking promising. It's looking promising. So let's have a look. We can speak to Shiro, but I'm wondering whether I had completed anything else, but I don't think I did. Yeah. Noble Deeds in the Plaguelands. I still have to play that in the Plaguelands. I have another mission allocated for patrols, and I will do that tomorrow, I think, and then we can complete the Noble Deeds. And we found the rifle. Well, as I've learned from Matthias before my Christmas break. Cost of parts found is a difficult bit, and it will require some input from my veterans in order to complete, because I played that also as Warlock and I was unable to complete it, not knowing where these parts could be found. So there you are. Well, let's go back to Shiro and let's complete the mission. There we are. We are going back to the Iron Temple in order to complete our mission. Well, I apologize for a bit of slack gameplay tonight. My brain's still not working properly after 3 days of traveling, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be back to normal. Well, we'll see. But I enjoy coming back to our Destiny world. The missions I played tonight were fairly difficult, more difficult than expected, but equally enjoyable. I do not mind replaying certain missions again and again, up to a point when I get the level of completion. So let's see what Shiro is going to tell us. It's been a bit of a quiet night. Usually we have about 20, 30, 40 people coming in. Tonight I think we were up to 10 at one point, and I can only be guessing that many of the bits which were provided during the Season of the Forge, and hoping that they are very successful in the quest. I've had some news and some messages from the veteran community members. They indicated that some of the bits were really difficult, and they were literally battling it as hard as they could in order to reach certain power levels. I've not gone this far with Destiny 2, I'm afraid, but in due course I will be there. And I will be doing exactly the same. In fact, I can tell you that for this year and for the new season of streaming, I have some news for you, but they're not to be revealed tonight. Some exciting news, I have to say, and they will be all revealed in due course. So watch this. Really looking forward to that. Anthem's supposed to be BioWare meeting Bungie, basically Mass Effect meeting Destiny, and I cannot wait to see what the final product is going to look like after all the demos and teasers we watched so far, and some fantastic trailers and gameplay from E3. Right, let's have a look at our friends here. Let's talk to them and complete the mission. Shiro is our friend number 1 here at the Iron Temple.
Saladin and the Iron. Enjoy your victory.
There, we got skeleton key. No, devil splices. What is it? Skeleton key, that's right. You see, skeleton keys are very, very useful when we complete strikes, and particularly Siva heroic strikes, as we need to unlock the chests at the end upon completion. And there's nothing more frustrating than battling it hard for a little while and then not having those keys to open the chests. It always feels rewarding to get something at the end, you know, like some goodies, some sweets, some kit, some weapons, you name it. Always gives you that satisfaction after that hard battle. And indeed a bit of a bittersweet taste if you have no skeleton keys, which is what happens to me most frequently. But tonight I actually acquired quite a few, so that is surprising. Is it to do with me coming back? Is it to do with my hunter doing well? Is it to do with the fact that the game's just giving it to me? Well, all of that is to be answered in due course. Right, none are perfect. Claim your reward, sir. The Devil's Splice's attempt to control their house failed. Thanks to you, Guardian. Take this as small token of the city's thanks. Shiro 4. Thank you, sire. I shall accept your gift with great pleasure. Acquire.
That's how you do it.
Alright, so we have got that. Oh, look at that. I'm going down with my... Not just why, but I seem to be losing a lot of glimmer.
Watch yourself. Keep focused.
Will do, sir. I shall see you next time after another battle. So now we are going to go to the Questmaster. He has nothing for us. Looks like our master